Hey everyone, and welcome to the Back Bedroom. I'm your host Jeffrey, and this is episode 44? Yeah, 44. I think we just, it's 44. This is episode 44. It got a little shuffled around with the year one episode and the numbering system. Anyways, first things up, gotta take care of some business. How's everybody doing? Good. So this week's episode is just kind of a fun, chill one. This week and then next week, hold on, let me pull the calendar up here. This week and then next week, it'll just be some fun ones. And then we're going to get into it. This coming week, I got to start getting some people's snacks of choice. Because first week of October, we're going into snack time. We're going to do snack time, God of War. I can't remember what that third week was going to be for us. And then that last week is going to be villain / Halloween week. That third week, man, I don't know. That God of War episode is going to turn into... Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. That God of War episode, though, let me just say, is going to be really fun. I'm putting some serious research into that. So I've got to send some feelers out for snacks. Remind me to do that. I'll do that as soon as this episode's over with. Or when I'm done recording. This is just kind of a fun one. Like I said, this week and next week, just going to be a fun, chill episode. I figured this episode, I'll probably be checking in on my fantasy team because real football is happening, which means fantasy football is currently happening. I also have some ramen noodles here and Dr. Pepper. So we're going to have a good time recording this episode, talking about a few things and looking at my fantasy team. Let's see, what do we got going on here? I'm currently winning. I've never looked at this on desktop. That is so weird. So we use Sleeper.com or Sleeper.com, the fantasy site for the R Dynasty League. And I've never done it on desktop. Right now I'm projected to win 213 to 185. I've got a 64% chance right now with what my players are currently doing versus what they were projected to do. I'm 2-0, so really good start to the season. I made the championship game last year. This is a dynasty league, so you keep your players. You only draft. You draft every year, and you only draft the rookies. And depending on how you finish is where your picking spot is at. So I made the championship last year. We do play for money. So that was cool, but I did lose in the championship. Kamara let me down. He's kind of let me down now. I'm going to try to move him, I think, after this week. Because, again, it is a dynasty league, so you keep the older players you kind of got to get rid of, right? Like, eventually. But, yeah, so right now, currently projected to win. Nobody's really doing anything too crazy. And luckily the dude that I'm playing is 0-2, and he's got a pretty terrible team, but of course, he's got some guys going off this week, like Devontae and Herbert there from Chicago. Alright, so just wanted to check in on that. Because I did get some, I swear, like I said, I've never looked at this on desktop. This is so interesting. For those of you who may or may not know, I was on the Texas Talking podcast like a week or so ago. Big bite of ramen noodle there. I was on the Texas Talking podcast, and during it, one of the hosts there, Poppy, his fantasy league drafted while we were recording, so we went full blown draft mode. And I got some really cool feedback from some of y'all that y'all enjoyed hearing us draft and stuff. So I was like, hey, fantasy football is happening, so I'll weave some of that in. Unfortunately, my two quarterbacks play later tonight, so I got Kyler Murray and Aaron Rodgers. And the dude that I'm going up against has Tua Tagovailoa, which is kind of scary considering the tear he's been on lately, but they're holding him in check right now. Alright, so I got a few things here. I do have an email that I want to get to, and then I want to talk about some YouTube stuff and some God of War stuff. Well, I kind of already talked. Well, I didn't really talk about the God of War stuff. All right, let me do this email real quick, and then we'll dive into some other things. So I got an email. Let me pull it up. I got an email from listener Ryan. He's my uncle. Yeah, well, he's my uncle-in-law. Uncle? Is there an uncle-in-law? He's just my uncle. He's my uncle, right? Or he's my uncle-in-law because he's my wife's aunt's husband. Yeah, which would make him her uncle, which would make him my uncle-in-law. And so, anyways, he's a listener to the podcast. Thank you, Ryan. And well, first of all, let me say one thing that he mentioned. He said it kind of drives him crazy that he hears it and can't react live. So I'm looking in because I have seen other podcasts that have like that call-in feature and different things like that. But I know that's a little different. So I'm looking in how to maybe incorporate some of that into this without having to go full live mode show. I would love to go full live mode show, but right now it's not possible. But until then, maybe I can incorporate something else into it. So I am looking into some of that because he would be interested in that as well. All right, so this was about the Thor: Love and Thunder episode. I guess the review of it. So yeah, he sent me an email. Hey Jeffrey, it's Ryan. Just listened to Thor: Love and Thunder podcast because I just watched the movie. So he just recently seen the movie. Oh, great. I got a player that just went out. Fantastic. So he just recently watched the movie. I completely agree it sucked. They pushed a lot of agenda and wokeness that it just took away from it. I hate what Thor is now and just overall didn't like it. I'm with you. Cannot rank it. So first of all, thank you, Ryan, for the email. Love getting stuff from people. If anybody else wants to shoot us an email, I would definitely read it. Twitter, whatever, however you want to reach out. So yeah, I think I even mentioned that in the review. Like, I feel like it seemed super kind of woke, which was weird. I don't even really like using that term because it's just, that whole thing is so stupid. Like that whole aspect of whatever is so stupid, but I couldn't think of any other way to describe it. And I feel like it was quote unquote woke in like a really dumb way. Like it wasn't even really trying to push kind of what you think of stereotypically, I guess, wokeness. It was like trying to push, I don't know what it was doing, but I didn't like it. I've talked about it. To bring up Texas Talking again, they wanted to talk to me about it as well, and I mentioned it there too, and they kind of all agreed. Just wasn't good. Was not a good movie. Phase 4 for the MCU was super weak. Gonna be real interested to see what happens in Phase 5, right? Because some big things have been announced. Directors are starting to be announced. I think Fantastic Four is not long before we know that cast. I don't know, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see how everything goes once Phase 5 starts rolling out. I know the current thing that's out now, She-Hulk. I don't think I've talked much on it. Here comes another big bite of ramen noodles. Oh yeah, that's good. I haven't talked much on She-Hulk because I just don't feel like it. I think it's absolutely terrible. I have not enjoyed it at all. My daughter loves it. So that is the only reason we continue to watch it, or I continue to watch it. I think it's just absolutely horrendous. I just do not like it at all. I don't think there's any point so far of what I've seen, and I know we're a couple weeks off. Like the episode we just watched last night had that Madison girl in there from the memes and stuff, so I know I think I'm like 2 weeks behind, but even still, like that show is just god awful. Alright, so on to something else, because I really didn't want to talk about all that. Well, I mean, I did want to talk about the email. I didn't want to talk about She-Hulk. Alright, so again, thanks, Ryan. So, let's see here. I gotta check back into the fantasy team, because now oh god. What's happening here? Garrett Wilson could be out. All right, so let me just kind of go through my notes here, and then we'll do this. So I did write down God of War. So again, I am working on that God of War episode. So what I want to do with that is just kind of hype for Ragnarok, right? Because Ragnarok's coming in November. I cannot wait for that game. I am beyond excited. It may be the one game I'm most excited for ever. I can't think of another time that I'm this excited for a video game. God of War Ragnarok is beyond number one hype on my list. So, with it coming, I wanted to do like an episode, kind of not only hyping it up, I guess, it doesn't really need it, but theories and just kind of breaking everything down and what I think. So it could be a little longer, which is fine with me. Like I love talking and diving into that stuff. So we'll probably do some theories, some fun things, talk about the trailer and different stuff for Ragnarok, and then stuff that carried over from 2018 God of War and all. So I'm getting everything together for that. And I think what I'm going to do at the beginning is kind of do like a quick synopsis of just God of War, right? So if anybody's tuning in for that episode, maybe they don't know anything about previous 2018 God of War, I'll kind of get you up to speed with that. We'll dive into 18, theories, rumors, blah, 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 then into Ragnarok hype. So that's going to be really, really fun. So I am working on that. So again, that'll be a ton of fun. Also, to kind of tie into that, I started doing Let's Plays on my YouTube. So it's my personal YouTube channel. I'm not using the Back Bedroom. I'm just going to let the Back Bedroom YouTube channel kind of keep just being the upload of the podcast episodes, because I didn't want to mix and match stuff, right? So if you go to my personal YouTube channel, which I can put links in the show notes, in the show description and stuff here for the podcast, it's just, if you go to YouTube and you just type in my name, Jeffrey Carroll, it should pop up. Yeah, so I've been doing God of War from 2018 Let's Plays, and man, it's been a lot of fun. The PS5 allows me to record and upload to YouTube. So I've hooked the podcast and mic up. I'm talking. We're doing our thing. We're playing through. I'm playing on Give Me God of War mode. I'm not editing it, so it's not like overly edited. It's not got funny sound effects and all this, that, and the third. It is just literally me, a normal dude, playing video games and recording it, right? Like, I'm not cutting out all my mistakes. I'm not showing you like the perfect runs of things, because that's stupid to me. I know everybody's got their own taste, right? Everybody likes to watch the pros do their thing, and they like the super edited and overly, cartoony type stuff. That's just not, I don't like it. So I'm going to create content that I enjoy, right? So, and that's the way you got to do it, right? You got to do what you enjoy doing, what you love doing, because if you're just making stuff to make it, you're not going to like it, and it's not going to be fun, right? Like I couldn't imagine sitting down to do this podcast and me not do it the way I wanted to do it, right? I'd hate the entire aspect of doing it. Like, think about anything in life, right? Just try to do what you enjoy doing, and it's going to make it so much more enjoyable. So that's what my YouTube is. So if just watching a normal person play through video games is something you think you would be interested in, please go check it out. If you like it, like it and thumbs up it and comment on there. Let me know, what you do like or what you don't like, or if, just whatever. You comment, subscribe, like, do your thing, however you want to do it. It's been a lot of fun, though. I've really, really enjoyed doing it. It's crazy. Like, streaming and doing Twitch and stuff like that is something like I thought I've always wanted to do, because I've always wanted to do stuff on camera. Oh. And at first, I didn't have a good mic set up. So I was initially going to do no commentary. And that's kind of what the first episode is. It's very little talking. But then I kind of had the idea of like, well, let me see if I can hook my podcasting mic up to my PlayStation 5. And I did, and it worked. And I was like, oh, holy crap. So I was like, let me try this. And so from episode 2 up, I'm talking a lot more because I'm like, okay, I've got a really comfortable setup here. I sound better. And it's just been so much fun. It's been so much fun. And so I think I've uploaded like, oh my gosh, I don't even know now. 8? No, I can't even remember. I think episode 8 came out yesterday. So episode 9 will be coming out in probably about an hour, on the YouTube channel. Which these are all things I've got a pretty good backlog recorded and saved. I just go through and they're scheduled now to release every day. So I'm dropping 1 episode a day. So yeah, again, episode 9 will be releasing today, and it's been a lot of fun. So again, if that sounds like something you'd like, go check it out. And so my plans are, hopefully to have 2018 God of War beat by November 9th, which I think I can, because we're heading into October now. We still have a little over a month before Ragnarok gets here, so I will have it beat by then. So I'll have it beat, and then for Ragnarok, what I'm going to do is get Ragnarok. I'm going to test out, because I can do YouTube Live from the actual laptop browser of YouTube. I haven't tried it, if it will let me do it from the PS5. If it will, I will go live the night of launch of God of War Ragnarok, and I'll do that first episode of Ragnarok live. I'll do it live on YouTube Live, and then every episode there from then on will be what I'm doing now, sort of the Let's Play VOD stuff, unless that live episode just absolutely goes crazy and people want me to keep doing it live, in which case I will. But the main goal is to have everything ready for Ragnarok so that I can start playing it once it releases. Because my thing is, like, as I'm doing my Let's Plays, once a scene or whatever starts happening in the game, I kind of stop talking. I let it play out so that whoever's watching can also experience the game and the story, if that's what they choose to do. So I think that would be real cool with Ragnarok, because we would be experiencing it together for the first time, right? Because no one's played Ragnarok, so I'll be playing it, kind of experiencing the story with you guys, and I think that'd just be super cool. Long-term plans, long-term goals would be to be done with this, go into Ragnarok, and then have the next-gen update for The Witcher 3 drop. They said it's still supposed to drop by the end of the year, so I'm hoping it will drop late November, maybe early December, which will give me time to beat Ragnarok, and then roll right into a PS5 playthrough, updated playthrough of The Witcher 3, which I think would be really fun, and that would take us a good little bit. And then maybe if we've got some extra time in there, maybe a playthrough of like Sekiro or something like that. I don't know, because I've never played it, but I've always wanted to. There's options out there, I guess, but my soft plan is finish 18 God of War, Ragnarok, then Witcher 3, and then after Witcher 3, doors wide open. So we will have options there on what we want to do. But yeah, again, if you enjoy this podcast, you may like the Let's Plays, so go check those out. Oh my god, I cannot. Let me just say this real quick. First of all, now I'm losing in fantasy, because this dude has guys that are having like games of their life right now. Like Devontae Smith is having the game of his life right now. And then I started the Chicago defense because they're going up against Houston, who's probably one of the worst teams ever. And I have the Eagles defense on my bench because I just thought Chicago versus Houston's a better matchup than Philadelphia versus Washington. Philadelphia's defense currently has 25 points, and they're on my bench, which means those are 25 points that I'm not getting. Unreal. I've got some underachievers. Like Kamara has 4 points. Michael Carter has 4 points. Damian Pierce is actually having a good game. Justin Jefferson has 3 points. He has 11 yards receiving. That entire coaching staff and the quarterback should be fired at halftime for Justin Jefferson not having more yards. Garrett Wilson may not come back in the game. Gabe Davis has 1 point. Why did I play him? Devontae Smith has 32 points. What is happening? If I lose this game to a guy who's 0-2, I may scream. I'm going to scream so loud, I won't even have to record next week's episode. You'll just hear me scream it. I'll just scream it out. Well, hey, let me tell you this. While my fantasy team's getting destroyed, that's irrelevant right now, right? Because if you like the back bedroom and you want to support the show at zero cost, all you got to do is share this show, not your show, share this show, or share your show too. If you have a show, share it, share this show too. On your social media accounts, it's completely free and helps me out a whole bunch. Post on your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever you got. Just tell people to go check out the back bedroom. I'm doing that ad that I usually do in the middle, but really, I think that's like the end of this episode. So I'm just going to kind of roll it all in. Like I said, this was a low week. From this week going forward, though, action-packed. We got top 10 gaming snacks coming. We got God of War episode coming. We got top 10 villain/bosses coming. We got Halloween the Halloween episode may be rolled into that. Either way, this week going forward, we are rocking and rolling. I may have some other guest appearances coming up soon with like me on other podcasts, so who knows with that. It's going to be a fun end of the year. So get ready, buckle your seatbelts, and get ready. With all that said, that will wrap up this episode. Thank you all so much for listening. There are tons of other podcasts you could be listening to, and you chose to listen to mine. And for that, I'm forever thankful. So if you want to interact with me or the show, here's how you can do so. Twitter, @TheBackBedroom, or my personal Twitter is Space Ghost with 3 E's, so Space E Ghost. You can email the show at backbedroompod@gmail.com, or you can look the show up on YouTube, which is @TheBackBedroom. If you want to look up my personal YouTube, it's just my name, Jeffrey Carroll. And of course, you can always find the show wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Good Pods, etc., etc., etc. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and rate for the algorithm. So wherever you do listen, make sure to give it a rating and a review if you can. And then, like I said, if you come across my YouTube and you enjoy the gameplay, thumbs up and subscribe there too as well. It'd really help me out a lot. And just kind of show your support and let me know that what I'm doing is not wasted effort. Which, I don't think it is, but still, it's nice to get a thumbs up. And as always, get ready now, because the end of this year is going to be jam-packed. We're jam-packed the rest of this year. I knew that, we all knew this week was going to be slow. But get ready, though, because I'm telling you, next week, starting, jam-packed, episodes, back bedroom, coming at you, YouTube's coming out, we got stuff, it's coming everywhere. So, as always, like I said before, I'll see y'all next time, right here, in the back bedroom.